What's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel. The Mario Kart series has always been one of my personal favorites for both casual and competitive multiplayer mayhem. However, there isn't too much single player content besides Grand Prix and the online modes. If you take a look at other kart racers such as Diddy Kong Racing and CTR, they have gigantic single player campaigns that take hours to complete. This is what I think Mario Kart needs in the next installment, a fully fleshed out adventure mode that will give players something to do. In this video, I'll discuss what this new feature needs to function in the Mario Kart series. But before we start, I'd like to apologize about my channel being pretty much a desert lately. I haven't posted in around a month, and that's just because I've been really busy with school and other things. However, since my Christmas break has started, now I can pour out a ton of videos for you guys. So without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off with who will be the character representing this open world campaign. So the obvious choice is Mario, right? Well, not necessarily for me. Sure, Mario would be a great and obvious pick, but I decided to go a different way and choose the Miis as the main characters instead. You're probably pretty confused right now, so let me explain. My idea for this adventure mode would have a story pretty similar to Smash Ultimate's World of Light, but better. The story will start with the Mushroom Kingdom planning to host a giant Grand Prix. All of the racers from the previous games arrived, including some that, well, maybe weren't meant to be invited. Bowser and his gang show up, capture the attending racers, and take them off to 8 different worlds. After witnessing what just happened, the Toads are panicking and ask you to help return everyone back to their place. You are then able to create your own Mii and go on an adventure to restore the Mushroom Kingdom. It would be pretty much a crime to not make the main hub centered around Peach's castle. The area has been an iconic starting point for many of the Mario games, so why not include it as well in a Mario Kart? You would be able to drive around inside the castle and talk to the Toads who witnessed this event. Outside the castle, there wouldn't be too much besides coins, scenery, and maybe a fountain to drive around. However, by far the most exciting feature about this adventure mode are the 8 worlds that can be discovered around the castle. This idea was inspired by Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle. As you can see here, the middle of the hub is Peach's castle with some surrounding buildings. But beyond this area are 6 massive uniquely themed worlds to discover. However, instead of Mario walking, it would be a Mii driving in a cart around Peach's castle. You just kind of have to imagine this in your head and understand my idea. The theming of these 8 worlds will go as followed. The first one in the game would be called Donut Meadows and would have a landscape very similar to the Donut Plains tracks. This would act as the beginner course in our adventure. My next idea is a world called Dry Dustlands, and would be very similar to Dry Ruins and Dry Desert. The middle of this world would be a massive desert temple with many secrets and puzzles to discover. The third region would be called Sunshine Shoals, which is pretty much a tongue twister of a name. This would just act as your generic beach world, with similarities to Dolphin Shoals and Cheep Cheep Beach. For the fourth world, I knew I needed to include one of the most iconic tracks in Mario Kart history. This region would be called Maple Isle, which would have many inspirations from Maple Treeway. Autumn is my favorite season, so I know that the scenery in this world would just be beautiful. Next is Sherbert Snowscape, a snow-themed region that is inspired by Sherbertland and Frappe Snowland. This area would be filled to the brim with snowmen, little shacks, and tall, beautiful mountains. My next idea is definitely an interesting one. The 6th world is called Koopa Capital and would act as a mix between Udon City and Moonview Highway. This would be by far the biggest world in the adventure because you would be able to drive into all of the buildings and stores. The second to last world would be titled Party Promenade and would be a mix between Ribbon Road, Electrodrome, and Music Park. There could be a huge variety of party activities and puzzles to complete in this area. And finally, how could we not make the 8th world Bowser's Castle? It has been an iconic final challenge in not only the Mario series, but also the Mario Kart series. And for the first time in a Mario game, you would be able to explore the entirety of the castle and its surroundings, which would provide a great experience. Now that we've finished talking about the theming of the worlds, we can finally get to how the gameplay in this adventure mode would work. Each world would have 4 levels. I say the word levels in quotation marks because they're basically just races against CPU opponents. However, to compete in the races, you would need a specific cart, glider, and tires. And like most things in life, they cost money. You would be able to purchase these supplies with coins at a toad shop, which there is one of in each world. This means that the player is forced to drive around the open world in order to collect enough coins. You would be able to collect enough coins from character quests, finding secrets, solving puzzles, and much more. Then when you collect enough coins, you would be able to enter the first level. These levels are basically just a straight up 3-lap race against an opponent. The opponent is one of the 7 Koopalings, and they would have an innocent character captured at the back of their cart. Once you win the race, you would save this specific character and they would be added to your roster. However, on the final level in the world, you would be versing just the Koopaling, and if you win, they'll forfeit and would be added to your roster as a playable character. This process continues until World 8. The first 3 levels you would unlock an innocent character, and the final level you would unlock a Koopaling. Once you get to Bowser's castle, the opponent is none other than the King Koopa himself. And once you beat Bowser in 8-4, you would officially complete this adventure mode, but not fully. Because there would be one last bonus world, and what else could it be other than the iconic Rainbow Road? This area would be home to the most cruel and challenging races that even the best Mario Kart players would have difficulty completing. However, the reward of beating it is high, as you would not only be 100% complete this campaign, but you would also unlock every single character as well as a bunch of cool extra bonuses, like 250cc. So that's my take on a Mario Kart single player campaign. I really hope Nintendo does this in the next entry, as it's a great way to make people invested. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like button, since YouTube deleted the dislike button, and why not subscribe for future uploads. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.